Welcome, Veritas family. Thank you so much for joining us here at Give and Take. I'm Sherry Davis, and I am here today with Dr. Erica Botha. Hi, Erica.
Hi.
Congratulations on defending your dissertation. What, just past
Thank you.
Friday, right?
Yes, so newly minted.
Congratulations. We are so excited. These are the Pass the Tassel editions, which is where we are chatting with the class of 2026. And if you are watching live or in replay, be sure to tell us where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And as we just mentioned, Erica is one of our inaugural doctoral class graduates, and we are thrilled to have her on today. So we get to hear a little bit about her story, and we're going to dive right in. Erica, tell us where you are and what you do at your ministry.
Okay, so I am in Winchester and I teach in a Christian school in Berryville and I
And this
run
is
our
Virginia,
special.
right? Winchester,
Yes.
Virginia area. Yeah, got
Yeah, I know there's Winchester's other places I just forget sometimes that
it. Yeah.
anyway, so Virginia, and I teach in a Christian school. I run our special education program, and I teach in the education department as adjunct faculty for Veritas.
Okay, very good. And how long have you been teaching for us? I can't remember now.
I think I started in 21. Well,
Okay.
or 22, maybe.
Okay, very good. Yeah, good. Well, tell us why you jumped into a degree at Veritas. And I think I've heard this story prior. You've been on Give and Take before, and but I really like it. I really enjoy this story. So let's dive in there.
Well, I don't know for sure what exactly I was planning to do with it, but from the master's program, I took forever to complete the enrollment for it, and I probably have the longest open application for that one. So when the doctoral program came around, I wanted to have like the first application completed
She was
and be
ready. She
in.
had the computer open,
Uh,
ready to push the button.
I was waiting for it. I was definitely waiting for it, and I was super excited to see it when it came out. So,
And do you
yeah.
feel like that transition, like from the hesitancy from jumping into the master's to the urgency of jumping into the doctoral program, what was the change for you?
Oh, well, I really enjoyed the master's program. So I learned a lot and I was able to apply it right away. And I kind of kicked myself for waiting so long to get into that, because I was better able to help my students. And so having that done, um, made me more eager to get in and get this going. So,
So it
yeah.
was kind of like the confidence, I'm guessing. Like, okay, when you're starting something new, you've probably been out of school for a while, jumping into the master's program feels, can I do this? Am I going to be able to swing this? But then having gone through that, I'm guessing is what launched you into the doctoral world is like, okay, I can do this. I'm excited. I love the material. Let's do it.
Yeah, I was definitely excited to get into it and just learn whatever that next level would be.
Yeah. We got Dr. Wagner watching from Tampa. We got Dave
Hi.
Anderson watching Twin Cities and Alyssa Sultanic watching here from Virginia. Thanks, guys. Thanks for popping in. Um, Tell us who your biggest supporter was during your time as working through your doctoral program.
Can I say my whole family? Just because, like, I can't pick a
Absolutely.
different. I mean, my husband did so many things, and our kids did so many things. My kids read my papers and assignments to make sure things were, looking good and
Oh,
made
that's
sense.
awesome.
But my daughter cooked a lot of meals, both of them.
Yeah.
And then I just had extended family and friends cheering me on all the time, and my students, because, we'd come to school and I would tell them, okay, I have this big assignment coming up,
Yeah.
please pray for me that I can get this done.
Yeah.
So I feel like everyone around me definitely played a part in keeping me going. And,
That's
we went
good.
on vacation with some friends and I owe two of them dinner because while we were at the house at the lake, they made dinner so that I could finish an assignment that I was having trouble recording. And so
Oh,
our deal was I'm getting them dinner when I finish. So I owe them dinner
nice. Oh, that's so great. Sounds like you had a really good support system.
for sure. Yeah.
You know, I think it's no surprise, especially on the doctoral level, what sacrifices that families make to support the person going through the program. And like you mentioned, everybody sacrifices, not just the person or the spouse. It's everybody in the family, because you are committing to this academic journey, which sometimes means you can't be committed to parties or field trips or whatever it is that you would really like to be doing, but you've made this part of your journey and committed to it. And to have that support system for people to understand and help you reach your goals, is, I would say, half the battle, but probably more than half. I mean, really, to be able to finish something like that.
There should be like an honorary degree.
That's
You
right. That's
know,
exactly right. That's a great
like we
idea. Have some kind of
supported
certificate or
them.
something. We got Miles McNair watching from Wyoming. Hi, Miles. Thanks for popping in today. Um, Tell us how Veritas has helped you in your ministry there at your Christian school.
Oh, um, I think there's just that constant in learning that helps me in what I'm doing because every time I'm learning something new, I'm able to take it back to where I am, but also I have to be honest. I think in this particular program, one of the bigger things for me was it made me so much more aware of my students
Mm,
and assignments. And, because we always think as adults we're juggling so many things, but our students are juggling things too because they're in
right.
sports, or maybe
That's
they
right.
have a job, or their family has activities and events and things. And so it made me more mindful of what my students might be doing and how I might make those assignments applicable to them and,
Right. It's a good
not
point.
bog them down. So I think
You
that
know,
was my bigger takeaway.
I think that's a really good point, especially when, see, you've been in school, either master's or doctoral work for a good while now. So you've been in classes that time. But sometimes, especially when you're teaching in a day school situation, it might be a while since we've been in school ourselves, right? Once you finish your bachelor's, maybe. And we forget what it's like to be on the other side of the desk, to be the students and to remember that dynamic. And so that's really sensitive of you to go through that process and really think through what the student might be going through. I think that's an important part.
Yeah.
Tell us what teacher or teachers have inspired you at your time here at Veritas.
So during the doctoral program, I would say I learned a lot from each instructor because there were different specializations that they had and that they brought to the courses that I was taking. Dr. Joyner, some things that she said when we first started out stuck with me throughout the process and helped me to get assignments turned in and, you know, because I am the wait till 11:59 person because there might be something else that I can fix or change or whatever. And
Oh
so
boy. So you're this perfectionist one, aren't you? Sounds
I have
like.
a hard time letting go, like hitting
Yeah.
submit. It's super challenging for me.
Well,
So,
tell the community what she said. Now we're on pins and needles, or is it something that we can all hear together?
oh, she told us to turn it in, like to be okay with it and turn
Yeah,
it in. And so I would have to remind myself sometimes, like just it's okay.
let's
I've
turn it
done my
in.
best. I just need to
That's
turn
right.
it in.
That's
And
right.
so
Yeah.
that,
So it would be, so I'd be the opposite when I'm turning stuff in. I'm definitely a procrastinator, but when I'm turning stuff in, I was like, well, it is what it is. And the teachers are saying, maybe we should look through and maybe you should reevaluate. So you're good for you for wanting to turn in the best work. That's
oh,
great.
yeah, that hitting submit is stressful. And then Dr. Claxton just continuously giving feedback and helping, and I appreciated that. Um, Dr. Burr pulls in some fantastic technology. The communications class, I learned so much about just being proactive in communication. So I feel like there were just takeaways almost from every course that I was in. There was
Mm.
something that I could apply either in the ministry where I am here in Virginia or even to what I'm doing with Veritas. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Now you have had, since you've been with Veritas for a while, from your masters and on, you've gotten to know a good many of the players, right? As far as the instructors and some of your classmates. Um, are our doctoral program is designed to be completely online.
Mhm.
How did you feel about that in an online environment, taking a doctoral program in an online environment? Did you have a community? Were you able to reach out when you wanted? Did you feel like you were taken care of during that process?
I think that it was really nice to be able to get to know the cohort, our group
Mm,
of people.
yeah.
And I know that the initial cohort might have changed a little bit throughout the process, but um, I think that it's been beneficial to know people in the program and then also have just the instructors. I can't say that we necessarily had like events where we were all sitting and getting together. There were a few throughout the process, but emails and text messages, it was easy to connect with each other. So that was
And
nice.
you felt like instructors were willing to take your call and to answer your questions and were there for you.
Oh, definitely. My panicked emails, absolutely. They answered every one of them. And believe
They
me, I
probably
can
talked you
panic.
off the ledge a lot of times, I'm sure, huh?
Yeah, and our family went through some losses during this time, and I think if we hadn't had the assignment structure that we had, and if we hadn't had, like, if I personally hadn't had the support when each of those things came through, I would not have probably gotten to the point where I am today without that. So,
Sure. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
so
good.
they cared personally about me, but they also cared about my academics. So.
Mm. Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. I know that there are those who will be watching this who think, I'm not sure I would want to do a doctoral program online for this reason. And you're here to say, look, they're there for you. You can reach out to them. They reach out to you. They care for you personally and academically. And so that's a super great. I was glad you were hitting all those high notes. That's great for somebody to hear if they're maybe a little bit skeptical about that.
Oh, just
Christy
jump
Wright.
in.
Yeah, good. That's good. Christy Wright popped in watching from Berryville. Hey, Christy, thanks for popping in today.
I know her. I know a few of you
Um,
actually. It's just funny because she's from my school.
hey, there you go. Give her a shout out. Okay, we'll get the rest of them on. We'll chat with them too. What tip or advice are you giving to the students who are still in the trenches? They're still in classes, they're plugging away. They're not sure they're ever going to see the end of the tunnel like you are seeing right now.
Oh, don't worry. The end is there. It really does exist. I
That's
think
good.
it can feel like it's going to be a long process, but it feels good to get to the end of it. So you're going to feel amazing at the end, I promise.
Yeah, you're enjoying
You'll be
that
relieved.
glow right now, right?
Yeah. And then I think that just keep going,
Mm,
and don't be afraid to send the emails, honestly. Like
good.
sometimes even even though I teach as an adjunct faculty and I know, the program, I know the instructors, there are times when I'm like, I don't want them to know I'm that crazy, so I don't send the email maybe, but
Yeah,
like send them the email. They really don't think you're crazy. And even if they do, they still love you, so it's
that's
fine.
right. They're all battling their own craziness, right? Everybody's welcome to hear from you.
Yeah. And
Uh,
there are things like, you might do it differently the next time around if you were to go back and do research or something, but honestly, just continuing to do your best the whole way through is really all that each of us can do. So,
That's right. That's good. I think you're speaking to the perfectionists of the crowd who are like, there's just no way I'll not be able to. And I think it's really good to address it because it really can be stifling, right? Like if you just keep iterating, if you just keep thinking you can always do it better, and maybe that's true, but the fact is there are deadlines, right? We just
right.
gotta send it in. We gotta click submit, right?
Hit submit.
Garen Endicott is watching from Birmingham, Alabama. Hey, Garen, thanks for popping in. Yeah, that's really good advice because there is momentum that you have by just, even if you don't feel like it's momentum, the fact that you're sticking it out, taking one class at a time, whatever it is, maybe you have to take a break, but just don't quit. Just keep on because the time will pass anyway, right? 2 years will pass whether you finished your project or your program or not. And so you will be kicking yourself if you look back and wish that you had. So that's really great advice. And I'm sure that's probably for you too, because you said you started in spring of 24, right?
I think that's when the program started. That's when I started. Yeah.
She jumped right in the first time it was open. So um,
Yeah.
so 2 years
Don't
have
think, just
passed.
jump.
That's right. That's right. That's good. That's like we like to see a t-shirt that says just don't wait, just jump in. Okay, what are you telling? We talked a little bit about this, but what are you telling somebody who might be a little skeptical or on the fence about taking classes at all?
Oh, that's such a good question because it's hard. There's probably a lot of different reasons why they might
Mhm.
be on the fence. Like in my master's program, I was partially worried about the finances to pay for it, and um, after I finished my application, a check came in the mail for something that we had been delaying for or that we had overpaid 2 years
Wow.
and so like it was waiting out there for me to
Oh, it's like
just,
the Lord's like, don't worry, I got this. Just click the
yeah.
button.
And, so then that was like that first payment for my master's program. And he
Oh,
was
that's so
faithful the
cool.
whole way through. And,
Yeah,
through this program, the finances, he was faithful. Um, if it's life and busyness, I have seen my family step in and help so much in different ways. So, you see them grow too when they're helping and,
sure. Good point.
so there's that side. I think that there's a lot of reasons we can always talk ourselves out of doing something, right? I can
Right.
talk myself out of doing something, but when you're listening and following and doing what the Lord wants you to do, He does provide. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy because believe me, I have done the what if grade, like what's the lowest I could get on this because
Yes.
this was hard.
Uh-huh.
Um, but just going and doing it. I mean, hopefully I'm not the only person who hit the what if grade at some
Oh,
point in
believe
this.
me, I know that is the most popular button in Canvas. I know that for sure. So you are not alone.
But, just stepping out in faith. It's hard, but to do it is important. So,
Well, I appreciate you're hitting on all those topics because you hit on time, you hit on finances, you hit on the academic rigor, and I really just want to circle back to what you said about how if the Lord is calling you to it, He'll make the way. He'll take care of it for you.
yeah.
And you have had, I mean, just I love to hear the story about the check that came, to help make that first payment. I mean, it's like the Lord was like, "Hey, I got this," and it is just it gives me chills hearing those kinds of stories. Um, Alyssa says, "I've done it." She's clicked the button of the
Yes.
what if button. Oh, everybody knows what that button is, Erica. So you are in good company for sure. Thank you so much, Erica, for popping in today. What an encouragement. We're so proud of you. We are super excited to see you at graduation, to be part of that very first class of 2026, the graduate class, the doctoral graduates. And if you're watching today and the Lord is tugging at your heart about jumping into classes, take Erica's advice. Just click the button, submit the application, and he will find a way. He will provide everything you need to move forward if he's calling you to it. We personally, as a team, love to take your calls, love to get your emails. We love to be a part of your academic journey. So reach out to us. We would love to handle that. Erica, thank you so much for popping in today.
Thank you for having me.
And we will see you at graduation in not too many weeks, what, a month-ish. Yeah,
Yeah.
right about a month. So that's
Countdown's
exciting.
on.
That's right. Congratulations. And for those in the community, we'll see you next time.
Thanks.